Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Swedish own channel. Ah, man, this has been a long day. Well, wonder who else will join in today in this stream. Yesterday's game stream was, let's say, a little unusual. I mean, well, as for my next game show stream, I don't know when it's gonna happen. And I don't know if any one of my viewers actually they saw that um, I did show a trailer of one of my new auto series that I'm currently working on. Well, I haven't recording anything on it yet, but I have worked on the scripts. It's gonna be about Spike and one ancient enemy that has returned from that someone is getting a revenge against the royal sisters. And this particular enemy is taking over Spike's body like a spirit. But that's all I can say for now. And that particular bad character is called Dark Nova. And it's going to be about 9 chapters of that auto series. Um, so far, I have done. Well, I'm currently working on the 7th chapter. And when this new auto series is going to be released, well, I can't say exactly which time right now, but I would say more like around, I would guess maybe sometimes after the summer. It's just, it's a lot of things have been happening. I mean, I had summer break, and by next week, by next week, I will take my traditional summer break from making stories. So I will take about 2 weeks, so making no stories. So but it doesn't mean I will stop using doing streams or anything. That will be as normal. And if that's happening, I might even do even it won't even stop my Geishon streams. They will be also as normal. But I might even just continue to work on the next chapter of my new artist series. I had a few others in mind as potential stories to be doing, but yeah, um, yeah. So pretty much is that. The next story I were thinking of doing is another love story about Sunset Shimmer. This is not going to be an audio story. This is going to be like the traditional with the music and text. But exactly how long that story will be, it's I really have no idea. I mean, I never actually put any sort of limit on the stories that's going to be made. Well, except for a few that actually been asked in the past, like say Malachite's Fluttershy Celestia love story. He did ask me to do it for this about 1 hour, so I did. And if anyone asks me to do an artist story more than 1 hour, maybe it's 4 or 5 hours, well, it would take a lot of time to make that video to save for sure. But I don't think 1 hour is probably the max I will continue to do as an art story. But yeah, so by next week, I'm not going to do any stories for 2 weeks in a row since I'm just going to relax for most. And look, who is showed up? About time, dude. You're late.
What do you mean? I was here the whole time.
I know, just kidding. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, if tired.
As always.
That's just my life for you.
Well, that goes where um, and that goes where like where your two cousins they live with you like 24/7 right now, or they still live with their own home.
Well, they're going back and forth with college and stuff like that. It's a bit confusing.
That makes sense. If all my viewers that doesn't know, Game Guy's mom has decided to legally adopt two of his two cousins. One is like around his age, and the other is around his 20s. Reason is
They're
just
both the
that
same age.
okay. So the reason is that their mom was isn't feeling well. So, but this thing is actually not that uncommon. It happens all the time, actually. I mean, especially like say, I mean, for example, like say, if Game Guy was still young, if he was still in high school or middle school, and that, or even he was like say, if he was between say 16 or 17, since technically he would be considered as a kid, not legal age as considered adult. And if both his parents passed away and didn't have any other relatives in the area, since his older brother Roy still lived home, and if he had finished college, he would have been considered to be his next of kin to live with. Since Game Guy doesn't know anything of how to take care of themselves at like cooking much any most basic or unless that he order food or something like that. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
And even though if he had some classes in school where he, been teaching how to prepare some of those simple food like say pasta or just simple dish with rice and or something like it. But been living on home home delivery food like pizza or some bad burger or something like that. It's in the long run is not a good idea unless that if you go to the store buying frozen food and eating that. Well, that's another thing. If the store is about say half an hour away by car, and if he didn't have a car or even had a license, and even he had a bike, had to walk half an hour to the store, and if he had to buy the most basic things that he needs, or maybe or even makes big shopping that will last for maybe 2 weeks or maybe for a whole month, carrying that all the way, like say if he had to carry say maybe four, perhaps even 6 bags of paid food for a month, for half an hour back home. Yeah, it's not a simple task. I'm just saying it's just so having someone been adopted into the family is actually not as something like uncommon. It happens well every time, every day, every time. But that's I mean, for example, if a brother being adopted in their nieces, their nephew, or younger brother or younger sister to live with. In fact, even if there's like say if one guy actually is married and she has a daughter which he hasn't even adopted or something. Because I saw this on Etra saw it, which is a YouTube channel. This is actually like an animated anime stories, but this is not based on any actual series or an all. But there was one story. One guy was married with this young woman, and turned out she was cheating on him. She they ended up being the divorce, and she dumped the daughter on him. But she later revealed to him that she may not even be his actual daughter. But he didn't care. He decided to raise her as his own, despite that. And sometimes later on, she came back and she decided to take the daughter with her, which eventually didn't happen though. if something would happen to my sister and her boyfriend, well, after my sister, three of our kids would end up being living with their current boyfriend since they are their biological father, but the two other ones, their father is not longer in the picture. So the only other option that is available for her for them to be raising is either their biological grandparents' father's side, but since we don't want to even accept that for a reason I would not want to go into it since it's a little bit too personal. It's all I can say is not a good thing. So the only other option that I would say is either my parents, but since they're getting older and since they have their own pains themselves, and raising two younger toddlers from us, one is 4, another's going to be 3 years old. So oh, Brody's here. So so that is the problem. And the other two options is either me or my brother. But here's another thing. My brother lives with his girlfriend in their own apartment, but they don't have enough space for even to have two younger kids with them. They only have one bedroom, and the bedroom isn't even big enough for. They have like a king size bed, and between the end of the bed to the window, it's like less than a. It's like less than 3 feet, or maybe it's just 1 or 2 feet apart. So it's nothing enough space to even put one crib or next to that. So there isn't like, and so like someone like, what about the living room? Um, maybe, but it's not like anything like it either. And also, I'm like, what about me? Well, since I currently still live with my parents for some while now, it's well, we do have actually the guest room that the kids could sleep in. But the problem is that I'm actually planning to move out to one place my own soon enough, and if when I do that, my parents won't even be able to take care of two of their younger grandkids. It's even though they are not much requirements, much they just the only thing that is very requirement is that they had to change daycare from their hometown to this town, and all that process can take a lot of some time. But as since they're getting older themselves, since both my mom is in her late 50s, my dad in his early 60s, and as they're getting older, well, let's say it's very it only gets the older it gets, the more pain it will have in it. My dad has some already has some issues, problems with his back, which he had for a number of years now. He had a back surgery back in 2005. It did supposed to help him for a while, but it did, but then went back again. So, and they have a dog they had to raise to take care of as well, which is not much a problem. So then we're like, what other relatives can be taking care of my nieces and nephew, those two youngest? Well, my grandfather easily ruled out. He is in his late 80s, and it's impossible for him to take care of them. I have a few aunts. One of them we do have a frequent contact with, but she lives for her own herself since her late husband passed away not long ago, and she has two. Hang on. Yeah, so basically, The only one that I can consider this to be raising my two younger niece and nephew. Um, it probably would be me, most likely. I mean, my aunt, she is in her 60s, and um, so I mean, I do have two other paternal aunts that I haven't even in contact with. One, one she's we haven't talked in years. For I mean, it was not like in a bad term or anything. Just haven't in serious contact with her. Another one, at least as I heard, she supposedly moved back to Sweden from Spain, or at least from her summer home there. She was the black sheep of the family. Let's see what happened is after my grandmother, my paternal grandmother, passed away. Uh, when I was just I think it was about maybe almost 3.5 years old. Her late boyfriend passed away about a year later. He, well, drank himself to death. He couldn't stand the pain of that being that his partner had passed away. So, so long story short, my aunt took some money from him the day when he died, and even some money from my parents after they gave it that. So that was which why she was branded as the black sheep of my family. So it's I mean, we all have perhaps some black sheep in the family. Um, I know at least one of the in Game Guy's family, which is would have been called as a black sheep. Let's say this his older brother that's in prison at the moment, will never be released. I think that will be because there's a black sheep after what he did. But the black sheep doesn't mean it depends on what the person had done. So who knows? So Brony, what you been doing?
I'm fine.
What?
I'm fine.
Oh, that's good. I mean, I'm so bored. I have no idea what else to talk about. So, are you at your dad or your mom's place? Game guy.
Dad's.
Ah, I thought to ask about your randomizer, but that's not a question. I wonder what else to do. So, what do you guys
Hmm.
thought about? So, what do you guys thought about the last game show stream we did yesterday?
It was good.
Surprising that you guys even get that much questions right. Ain't it Brony for some reason this went silent for most more near the end of this.
You know
Despite
what
me
I
calling
don't
out
get?
to him. What?
I don't get how me and Roy kept getting the same numbers on the D20.
Yeah, I had no idea. uh, maybe the D20 was too tired for that. Be spinning around as much.
Hmm. I don't know.
Ay, ay, ay. So, what have you been doing today, though?
Not much.
Same here. I didn't do much. Get up around 1 p.m. and mostly been watching YouTube. Um, mostly out on the what was it? Etrashan saw it, the YouTube channel that I mentioned earlier. Mostly. Then I've been at the computer, just well, surf browsing around for the most part. I really had much else to do, and I did actually have some sort of small update out my Fi Goddess. She might be here sometimes in August, but the exact date, no idea. Yeah, so I will see what that happened. I'm actually is a little bit surprised because when I watched my stream yesterday, later today actually, well earlier, when I did saw that now I showed the trailer that I made, for some reason I actually was speaking in that video, but when I listened to it earlier, it wasn't. I couldn't even hear myself speaking at all. That was weird. I mean, there isn't much I can say more about that particular project since most of the details are a little bit top secret at the moment. The only one that who knows much of more of this is Figals actually. She hasn't had the only thing that she did help me was is the about the last chapter where Spike and Rarity is going to get married. The series is actually I believe if I remember correctly takes place about 5 or 6 years after that Twilight became the ruler. So it's an interesting story. I mean, it says Cody Lane or Cody Dragon has said many times, but that Spike has always been abused by the main six other background characters, and even in some other fan-made videos. And even at one point, one of the Brony communities actually were at one of the conventions and did talk to some of the voice actors for the main six and ask if they could potentially put Spike as a main lead character like the main six. And they, of course, they admitted that they had abused Spike's character in the show, and I actually agree with Cody. People actually they have been abusing Spike for either if it's a small pranks or just fun of it. I mean, what if they actually gagging about, like, say, I mean, Spike had been a lovely baby dragon, but considering that, why were they abusing Spike? I mean, considering that he is much younger than any of the main six. I mean, from the season 1 and onwards to season 9, before the last episode, he was still considered as a baby dragon. And despite that, he was abused many different times. That would have been could. I mean, if that was like in our world, it would have been considered as child abuse. But then, but another thing is about dragons and the ponies. I mean, even if he's considered as a baby dragon, if he was a baby, he would even be able to talk. And we don't even actually know, even if they did actually celebrate Spike's birthday in one episode, but we don't know exactly how many years he is as, because in the later seasons, we could see a brief moment when he was still as a hatchling, and until that he couldn't even speak at all. I believe it was at the time where Twilight and her friends was trying to get back to Shining Armor for that crown they made when they were young, like a game they had. For this will be like the final type of game, and that seeing Spike in that scene, how he's still as a very young, shortly after that, Twilight hatched him, and and just seeing how the main six and basically any character been abusing Spike, it's very shocking. It's very something like I had no idea why they even considered doing that. And I also I know that list is Brony. Have you seen G5 or anything?
Yes.
Game guy. Have you seen G5?
A little bit of it.
From what I saw earlier today, another member of the Brony community made a video of almost 2 weeks ago. Actually, he said that Chapter 5 and Chapter 6 of G5 will be the final chapters in the entire series. Chapter 5 will have 6 episodes. Season 5, Chapter 5 will have 6 episodes, while Chapter 6 will only have 2 episodes and one special of G5. And that will be the final nail in the coffin. After that, G5 as a make your mark will be over. And supposedly this is supposed to be an ending, it's supposed to be in the sequel series of G4. I mean, consider, come on, G4 lasted for nearly 10 years. And then announcing there's going to be a whole new branch, a whole new generation to be releasing. And G5 had even lasted half of the time. It was released in 2021, and the latest year they're supposed to be before its final is, I believe it was 2025. It's odd. I mean, G4 lasted for 9 years. G5 will last maybe as 4 to 5 years. It's like half of the time. I mean, the first movie they made, it was a great hit. The fans loved it. And I'm shocked. But at least that Hasbro has confirmed they going to finish the storyline of Opaline in the two last, I believe, in Chapter 5. I mean, it's something that was really strange. But, I mean, now that they finally ended G5 by sometimes with the next 1 or 2 years. So the question is like, somebody may ask, okay, what about that? It's going to be G6? G6? The answer is no. There is not going to be an MLP G6. After G5 is over, they're going to focus on the MLP Tale You Tell, the web series on YouTube instead. So that will be the main series in a G5. It's kind of a little bit off-putting if you ask me though. I mean, if they decide to focus on G5 to be the new replacement of that particular series, it's a really odd though. I mean, considering how many, considering like G3 or G2 or G1, they lasted for a number of years, I believe, and G4 lasted for 9 years, almost 10 years, and G5 is going to be the replacement. I mean, it's very strange. Of all the franchise series that are out there of the MLP, G4 is the only one that has lasted for so long. Meanwhile, the other ones lasted for a couple of years. In fact, I even grew up watching the G3 series on TV myself. And even though that the series also only been focused on young girls, but I don't mind to watch some cartoon shows despite their focus for younger kids. I mean, but only brings back some nostalgia from its own childhood, and also to watching cartoons can also be an inspiration to learn if you really are if you wanted to do to you know improve your skills in drawing, and by watching cartoons, it's something that you can do because learning from people that have been doing this for a long time as a living, just by looking at that, can also make yourself more motivated to improve your skills. I mean, for example, if Game Guy wanted to continue, if he wanted to develop games on his own, if he wanted to work for Nintendo, in that he had a dream to work with them, to maybe work and one day perhaps help to develop a new Mario game, but he had to do his practice his own skills and all that. Or if a brony were to do something with anime, or if I want to do something with art designs and all that, everyone had to realize that even the most professional artists, like those who work from Disney, even in the early days, they have been training themselves for years in order to get even that far. It's one of the most, I mean, it's really one of the most best things to learn about. And that's the MLP though. The first one, um, see here. The first one was released. The first one only of G1 lasted for just only 2 seasons or 1 season. Meanwhile, as um, as the Pony Life lasted only for, you know, only for 2 seasons. Yeah, probably it's not easy to work on that. It takes time, and sometimes it's a very hard skill, hard work in it to improve that. But in the end, I mean, I don't get it though. I mean, I understand the first two generations of MLP lasted for the first one for 2 years, only for 1 year, for 2 seasons. The second lasted for I believe I think it's the third lasted for only 1 season in order for just one, basically almost just during just 1 year, less than a year. And then the next one was until 2010 when Friendship is Magic was released. It lasted for 9 seasons for almost 10 years, and then we had for a short time um, Pony Life lasted for 2 seasons and less than a year, and for about 1 year, almost, and Make Your Mark, which is supposed to be the sequel. So why would the Hasbro decide to end G4, G5? I mean, the G5 hasn't even been that many seasons already. I mean, it's gonna be like just only two more chapters, and then one special movie, and then they end G5 permanently. It's, I mean, why? I mean, if they wanted to focus on G4 for so many years, and now they decide to focus on a whole new generation, and they have so many fans out there who liked the new series and even loved the movie. It's, I don't get it though. Even as even as the it's gonna be the last special movie that's gonna be in this chapter 6 is called Secrets of Starlight. Is there ever a reference to Starlight Glimmer or something else? It's hard to say. Even though they actually even had released chapter 5 will be released September 18 this year. Chapter 6 November 23rd. And the special movie is called Secret of Starlight. That will also be released this year. And at Netflix, MLPG5 Make Your Mark is gonna be replaced by Tell Your Tale. It's I understand why they want to do that. If this series was supposed to be replacing G4, I mean, considering for one thing, G4 lasted for almost a decade. And if G5 was supposed to be the replacement for the sequel series, a spin-off that, and then less than 3 or 4 years later, they decided to just simply pull the plug in a G5. I mean, at first when I first heard about this, when I first heard about this, and G5 was gonna be pulled the plug, like the Make Your Mark's gonna end. So it's like, okay, it's gonna be a G6 now. But it wasn't even that. They decided to focus on Tale Your Tale as a new main series. But here's the thing. Tale Your Tale on web series on YouTube, those episodes are only just 5 minutes long. So it's gonna the next the replacement series also be just each episode just be just that 5 minutes. It's something that I really don't hope for that. I mean, in just 5 minutes, it's not much enough. It isn't not enough time for a whole episode to just share so much. I mean, G4 lasted for each episode for lasted from at least around 20 plus minutes long. I don't get it though, because when I first heard from Dr. Wolf, who made a video about this weeks ago, that's oh yeah, by the way, G5 is gonna end. It's gonna be this Major Mark's gonna final end, and it's gonna be replaced by the web series as its replacement. I was really stunned, and especially having a movie called Secret of Starlight. Could it be in something of Starlight Glimmer? Like someone like said, is Starlight Glimmer gonna return? Which I really doubt it, because it has been a few hundred years after G4 ended. I mean, when they first announced G5 is going to be replaced G4, I was skeptical. But I like the series. I do. But now, G5 is going to be replaced as well. It's you know, it's a very strange concept. I mean, the previous generations of the MLP lasted for just 1 or 2 years, or just 1 or 2 seasons. G4 is the only one that has the longest run, and was considered a success. And And having that G5 replaced with almost like CGI designs, that was a whole new approach. I admit, it was a bold move, and it paid off. But then decide to end that and when go back to this as the like G4. I mean, I have no thoughts or much opinions about it, but it's just very strange that they decide to end G5, like Major Mark's gonna be to end and just continue Tell You Tale as a web series instead. I mean, is every episode gonna last for just 5 minutes, or will they extend the length of each episode from 5 minutes to 20 minutes? I don't know. I mean, Make Your Mark. I was really excited to see when I saw the first movie and the first few chapters they ever made. I was looking forward to chapter 5 and chapter 6 and onwards. I mean, I was expecting that chapter is going to be at least maybe more at this series could last for several years. I think it's going to have the because I, I mean the series actually had almost the same, maybe not very much the same fan base as a G4 had, but it still has strong a number of fans for G5. But I was expecting maybe this going to last for maybe as maybe as many years as G4. On the end, it didn't end up like that. I don't get it though. It's I mean it kind of bit strange that they decide just to end Make Your Mark and just sort of focused on Tell Your Tale. But I have no one to understand for what reason. But what do you think though, Game Guy? What do you think about it?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean it's weird. I mean it's like I mean what did they decide to make let's say Gravity Falls if they decide to reboot the whole series, like remake it from the scratch and perhaps make it as CGI or even as live action. I would not be happy about that. It's like this, it's like the same, the new Scooby Doo series, Velma. I've seen clips and read more about it, and based on a scene, I would not even want to see the whole series, the first season. In fact, they already even the development of the second season. It's, I mean, unlike any of the previous Scooby Doo series, this Velma is more focused on adult audience, more like our age range from the 18 and onwards. But still, in that series, Scooby doesn't even exist. This is supposed to be a prequel before the main series, like how the team, how the gang end up meeting together as friends and how they start end like this. But it doesn't even add up because the question is which franchise? Because like from which of the Scooby Doo series? Because they had made so many different Scooby Doo series from the like a puppy named Scooby Doo, the original from the 60s, and New Adventures of Scooby Doo, Scooby Doo and the 13 Ghosts, and onwards. They have made so many Scooby Doo series, and each one has a different story how the gang started. Like a puppy named Scooby Doo, they're just like they're still like in I believe it's high school or something. And in this, or maybe they're just in middle school. And the new one, they're in high school or something, and a complete different. For one thing, Fred, he is he doesn't know how to take care of himself. Like he doesn't even cut his own food. He had to have one of the servants to cut his own steak. Literally, it's one of the ridiculous ideas I ever thought of. In that, in that they made Shaggy African American or his mixed race. Okay, I'm not judging that. It just that was something new. I never even thought that they were even to make as an idea. But having him that he actually were in love with Velma, and even in the last episode of this the first season, where his own father actually tells him to take that he should smoke weed, and the first killer in the first season turned out to be Fred's own mother. She killed a number of girls from the high school, and some of them actually had their brains in some sort of container, and they was still much alive. At least the brain were. I was like, what? And that Daphne, in the previous season series, she was a complete, you know, full blood American. But in the new one, she is half American, half Asian. Okay. We have someone else showed up. Someone who hasn't been here in like ever.
Hello, everyone and everybody.
Kubo, you're tiny, 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 tiny. Where have you been?
I've been kind of busy.
Yeah, screw around with the lady, like, as always. I wonder if she. But, Kubo, have you seen the new Velma series of any chance?
Nope, but I've heard the critics and the fans of Scooby Doo, and they seem very disappointed.
Yeah. Of the new Velma
I'm
series,
part of.
like I told Game Guy and Brony, Scooby doesn't show up in this one.
I see.
Yeah. And that the first killer in this first season was Fred's own mother. And
Hmm.
Fred doesn't, yeah, and Fred, he doesn't even know how to cut his own food. He had to have someone to do it for him. That, yeah, and that his father is the, I believe, the CEO and the owner of a clothing franchise and empire, and that Fred is the heir of that empire.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and yeah, so basically, I'm not gonna watch that series at all.
I understand.
I mean, it's from my read on Wikipedia, it said that Velma's gonna be taking place as a prequel before the actual main universe or the main timeline of the series. But it doesn't even add up because in the popular name Scooby Doo, they're like in middle school. They had known each other and even had Scooby. And in the other previous Scooby Doo series, of the first original one, they had known each other for a long time, and they were still in like in high school age, and as the live action movies, they were at least shown that they had known each other for a number of years, and so the new Velma series, it's like it's gonna be focused on in which serious timeline is this gonna be focused on. I think the Velma series should not be considered canon at all. I mean, to me, the new Scooby-Doo series are based on Velma as a more as focus on more grown-ups, adult or 18, PG-18. I would just say it's complete trash. It's
Wait,
complete
what was that movie
garbage.
again?
The new Velma series,
Oh,
yeah, to me it's complete trash. It's it completely ruins the whole Scooby-Doo franchise. And Kubo, I didn't know if you know this, but MLP Make You Mark is gonna be finished around late 2024 or 2025.
They're gonna finish it already?
Yep. Chapter 5 is gonna have 6 episodes. Chapter 5 has 6 episodes, and Chapter 6 2 episodes and one special movie. That's
Yikes!
it.
It lasts long.
Yeah. And the special movie of the last chapter is gonna be called Secret of Starlight.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Hmm. Well,
If
if they
I
do, sorry, if they do make another generation, I would like to see the like the old characters at least like reference or like in it.
Yeah, and I mean that would be cool, though. But as the last movie, Secret of Starlight, if there's a reference to Starlight Glimmer or not, is hard to say. I can say this again. The last two chapters is gonna be released. Chapter 5 of is gonna be released on Netflix September 18. Chapter 6 November 23rd.
Oh my!
And Evil Make You Mark is gonna be just it's gonna end. It's gonna be finished on Netflix. But
Of course.
the web series that I have on YouTube, Tale You Tell, is gonna still be in continue because that's gonna be the replacement of Make You Mark.
Mm,
But those episodes are only 5 minutes long.
yeah.
So the main question is could they continue to be at just 5 minutes, or it could be in 20 minutes, or even I have no idea honestly.
I wonder if they're gonna go to the sixth generation already.
I don't think so. I think that Tell You Tell is gonna be the new form of G5, but Make You Mark is gonna end. They finish it. They finish that off and to focus on the web series instead as a main
Uh,
series. They also, but the opening storyline is gonna be finished in chapter 5, I believe.
of course. Though it's kind of weird how they just use one villain the whole series.
Yeah, exactly. That's weird because back in just, chapter 1, the MLP season 1, they have um they had Nightmare Moon, Discord, Chapter 2, Season 2, they have Chrysalis, and they had later Sombra, they have Tirek, and many more.
Yeah.
So it's. I understand why they just decide to focus on one series to end. Okay, first of all, when they were announced in 2019, G4 is gonna end, and they decide to focus on the new generation, which is going to be more like CGI's version, which I don't think is as that's actually it's a bold move, but it paid off. It did. I mean, the first movie they made, it had a great response, a positive response from the fandom. But another thing is that they may not have the same amount of fans as they have back in G4 as a G5, but it's still. I mean, think about it. Since G1, G2 lasted and G3 lasted for just between just only 1 or 2 seasons, and they
Yeah.
lasted for just 1 year. And G4, 9 years for nearly 10 years, and G5 is gonna last for less than 5 or 4 years.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. If G5 was going to be supposed to be the new spin-off of G4 and continue it of the story of the series,
Yeah.
so who knows? I mean, if that, I mean, what else that they had in mind? Well, well, who knows how long the web series of G5 is going to last? If they're going
Yeah.
to, if that will only last for another maybe I don't know, sometimes maybe just 2024 or 25, and
Yeah.
then decides to end with a whole new series. It's hard to say from that.
Yeah.
It's
But let's say if they like make just sixth generation already, why would you want to be in it?
well, if well, that depends on if they decide if there will be a G6. That depends if they will continue it from the same franchise, from the same universe as G4 and G5. If they
I would
will
like
be,
that because I want to see the characters back. It's been too long. I haven't seen them in a
yeah,
bunch
but
of
that's
years.
another thing about it. That's another thing, because if there would be a G6, if they will continue after they were to take off from G5, that the question is if they will be the same timeline or if they will be further in the future, like in from between G4 and G5. Because in that time frame from G4 and G5, it was a few years, a few hundred years. So if they
Yeah,
will, so it's hard to say. And if this is going to be focused on in the G6, perhaps it will focus on the grandkids of the main five.
that
But it's
yeah.
that would be something though. But it's just really strange because here's another thing: G1, G2, and G3 they were not add up. They don't share the same timeline or the same universe or the same place as Equestria is. They are taking place in a separate, different universe. Even though the Tirak and Grugar and the Smoosh, the green slime creature, did appear in G3, but they were only appeared in G5, G4. It's it's very strange, but we will see maybe if they will continue G5 Make Your Mark with more chapters because that can always change.
Yeah.
Anyways,
By the way, does any of you think that Sunny and Hitch might end up together at the end?
it's hard to say. I mean, we at least know that Haven and Apple Barrel end up together.
Yeah, because I
That
think
was
we've been hinting like Sunny and Hitch for a long time now.
well. I mean, they had Sunny and Hitch.
Yeah,
Well, they had known each other for a long time. So
yeah.
anyway, so Mr. Canadian Sasquatch, where have you been for the last few weeks?
I've been making videos and I've been working at a farm and well, you know all that.
In other words, you've been doing some illegal stuff.
No, 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 no. It's a legal farm. It's a farm with animals, with gardens, lots of activities. Kind of like a day camp, but as a farm with vegetables.
You tell the weed that, Kovu.
Uh, there's his excuse because what people doesn't know, Kubo is actually an infamous Canadian drug lord.
No, I am not. I did not even touch a single drug in my entire life.
True,
Yeah,
true.
he's sponsored by the Canadian FBI, actually. Had the video
Yeah, that's the reasons why he has
like
been
another
absent so much.
FBI just for him.
Hey, I have, you know, I have, not, I have, damn it, I have all my sanity. Okay, I'm perfectly sane.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
selling.
you're wanted by the KAA, the Kovu Association, I guess. I don't know. Kovu
and
Assistance
the,
Association, how about?
and the drugs that he's selling is actually codenamed carrots.
Come on.
He's selling carrots as new drug.
Yeah, people just suck on it and then they get really high.
Oh, that kind of reminds me of you guys know of Family Guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quagmire. When Peter Griffin saw that he's 61 years old, and he is asked the secret of how he could look so young, You know what it was?
What?
Carrots.
Bruh.
He either eat them raw or drink that's juice, or
Oh, by the way, have you seen the episode where Brian tries magic shrooms?
um
When he was
um
raining and the whole family just like rage against each other?
was that when the family was on during a storm?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen that episode. I even saw one episode where Brian Stewie actually went to this type of I'm sure it was some sort of concert, and they were supposed to be doing a girl, but she ended up over OD of some sort of drug or something.
Yeah.
I mean, or the episode where they were renovating this old house, but he said, "Please, when you're getting out of the room, it says over." And he
Yeah.
says like, and he had to say, I had to say over by the end of the sentence over. It's like, oh my god. I mean, some episodes on the Family Guy as are just great, but
Yeah.
some of them are complete trash or just makes no sense. I
Yeah, well, it
mean,
kind of depends on which ones.
yeah, true. I mean, one of my favorites is when they had to go to this mansion for
Oh,
which damn a murder mystery.
I know which one
Here's
you're
the
talking about.
yeah, here's the thing though, because I've seen that episode on TV a few times, but when I saw it online, it's only what I find out. They literally had cut out several scenes from the
Yeah.
actual episode.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, not any like any those scenes were actually official, but they were not like those deleted scenes. They only
Yeah.
cut out several scenes in the actual episode, and I was like, why? I mean, if they cut out so many episodes, so many scenes in each episode, so the question is, for what reason? Is it just to make them shorter so they will spend less for just 1 hour? It just makes no
Well,
sense.
since it's on the internet, I guess it's gonna be censored at some point.
Yeah. And you remember the episode where Stu made this machine that they can change swap places but someone's mind?
I I don't recall that one, but I think so.
Basically, it was happened. Brian Stu made this machine that he swap places with. He could switch body with Brian himself, and after an accident, the machine ended up being get an overload from a power line in its downtown center city, and it made that everyone in town became affected,
Oh,
including even including for some reason, which is pretty much morbid. You remember Goldman's wife, Muriel, that died?
yeah.
She and Diane, the reporter, she died. Their bodies, for so much, or their minds and their bodies, also swap places despite being dead. It
Uh huh.
That was weird. I mean, first of all, how can you switch minds when if you have been dead for a few years already?
Yeah,
If they're
that's kind of tricky.
Yeah, because there's like if they're only bones, how in a world can you even replace minds between? Because if they're dead, their minds are supposed to be in heaven or in hell, so
Yeah,
it
that's
makes no
true.
sense. So it doesn't make sense.
It's true.
I mean, even like this episode where Family Guy meets Simpsons crossover, which had been requested or expected for many years of fans, but that crossover, oh boy, I will tell you, that was a complete disaster.
I kind of liked it, especially when they start fighting. That was so epic.
Well, especially when how Stewie captured Nelson and how Bart, so he was terrified. He didn't even go that far.
Yeah.
That was just completely messed up.
Can you imagine if Bart Simpson was Stewie?
Uh,
Like with all the technology that Stewie has?
uh, maybe.
Yo, all the freaking trouble he would do with them. Oh my
Oh,
god.
as a Simpson, like Bart took, it was what I think it was 16 megaphones and had them set them on. He turned them on, all of them, and he said testing, and it made a shockwave and try across town, which destroyed every window, and everyone had ringing ears for quite a while afterwards. In fact,
Yeah.
I did see it on YouTube sometime later on. A guy actually uh, replicated it in real life with 16 megaphones and had a wine glass buddy in front of everyone. And he said the same thing, but no reaction, not at all. It didn't even
Yeah.
work. So
By the way, have you
it's
noticed everything that the Simpsons kind of predicted kind of came true? Like Trump becoming president and all that?
well, I mean, there had been a lot of things that involved the Simpsons' supposed prediction of the future, which has been up for a number of years.
Yeah.
It's I believe it even game gets in the channel called Most Top Amazing. You
Yeah.
that was actually even though some of the videos been focused on that as a topic of how things of the were um how things were predicted and it's actually happening in real life even years after this episode was even made.
Yeah.
Even one of that series also made a prediction or makes a statement that like the Flintstone family from the back in the 60s or 70s, the cartoon series, that was supposed to be taken not in the distant past, but in distant future, where humanity had returned back to Stone Age.
Oof.
But that makes no sense
Yeah.
because only one detail, the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Because if this series was supposed to be taking place 30 million years in the future, if this supposed after some disaster,
Oh
how in
my.
the I was like, how did the world did the dinosaurs even come back to life? I mean, it's unlikely they cloned themselves. It's unlikely they cloned the dinosaurs because in reality, you can't clone dinosaurs because DNA only have a certain lifespan before it breaks down, which would be completely useless.
Yeah.
So it is impossible for dinosaurs to exist unless that they have been surviving deep underground. And after some million years, like, oh, we can like poke up their heads, like, oh, we can just up walking. There's another series where kind of where is set in the future where some disaster cause happened, where dinosaurs and other extinct animals by mysteriously was revived, like came back to life.
Yeah.
And the people driving around in Cadillacs, the car. Like, how it makes no sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of the weirdest explanation. Like how in the hell did that even happen? Ah, man, that's just movie movie logic.
Yeah.
Did you know that Kumu, have you seen any of the Star Wars movies by any chance?
Of course, I've seen them all.
Have you seen the one that's gonna? Have you heard of the one that Ray is gonna make a reappearance in?
Yeah, apparently they're gonna make more Star Wars movies, which is awesome.
It's about, I believe it's about almost 9 or 10 new movies.
Yep. I mean, to be fair, there's so many fans of Star Wars, you cannot just stop Star Wars. Like it's gonna go on and on and on.
Here's the thing, though: those movies, they are they are not gonna take a place after. Uh, they are not gonna follow after chapter episode 9 in like episode 10, 11, 12. They will actually be taking place number different time on the timeline. One, which is going to take place 25,000 years before all this. That movie is going to that movie is going to focus on uh, when the Jedi Order started on Acto, where the first temple was born. In the one that Rey is going to appear in is going to be released this December.
Oh, I see.
And it took place 15 years after Episode 9. But I don't know if this is going to be called Star Wars Episode 10, because don't know. But there is actually, since for as far as I know, in that movie it's going to be that where Rey is Jedi Master and she has her own Jedi school. And there is only one other student that I potentially can see happening to be, which would be Finn, the former stormtrooper, because he is force sensitive. So
Yeah.
I would have been more surprised if he actually wanted uh, one of the new students. But even now that Palpatine is permanently gone, it doesn't mean the Sith could return. I mean, I knew someone else can be claiming the title of Sith.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even in Legends or the expanded universe, Sith was actually there was actually a species called Sith. They were they were actually red-faced, red-skinned species.
I see.
Yeah. And one of the first Sith lords was actually Dark Jedi's, former Jedi Knights that were exiled from the Order. You
Oh.
know, they did before the First Order was even formed. They even fought against another splinter group of a splinter faction of the Jedi's, or the Jedi, what is it called? Um, which they fought against each other with swords. I mean, actual swords, not lightsabers. But when they used the blades, this metal blades, they were glowing either green or blue in color. Oh yeah, today is Lord's birthday.
Oh, really?
Yep, Lord Sidious turns. Um, I actually asked him yesterday if he would be showing up for today, but he was going to be out for his family, so I believe it says
Yeah, of course.
Well, we can at least give him like happy birthday wishes here, and he can just watch
yeah.
it later or whatever.
Happy birthday, Lord. Happy birthday, you snake demon.
By the way, you still
Happy
haven't
birthday, you
the,
Bermuda Triangle loving losers.
by the way, you still haven't made the birthday gift story.
I haven't even done any.
No, I'm kidding.
Malachite actually asked me to do one uh Dashni, but I haven't even done that either. Ugh. So, Kubo, how is your crack smoking going so far?
Oh, I don't
I didn't
do
know this
that.
was going forces with Cody.
Yeah, Cody here smokes weed, so I don't even know how that actually smells like. I
Uh,
only heard that it has.
I don't think I want to know because if I sniff that, it's gonna buzz me.
No, I mean it doesn't mean that if you're like in were in the close to someone smoking weed, but if you were in a distant and you saw some people smoking it, you could actually sense some. I've been told this that
Oh,
in
I do know this. I do know the scent of weed because drugs are illegal where I am. So yeah, there are a lot of smokers.
I wouldn't be surprised that if people smoking catnip in Canada because it's actually perfectly legal even in US and in Sweden
Yeah.
because catnip is not considered an actual drug, and if you smoke it, you wouldn't even get high from it because you know I saw this video on YouTube about a couple of years ago. This guy Michael, um, the son of angry grandpa, he actually tricked his own father to smoke catnip, believing it was weed. He- but he did look it up online before he even perform this prank because he just wanted to make sure that this didn't have any bad side effect of you smoking catnip. Because if you smoke, like say, weed or any other drugs, there's always a bad side effect that like a strong withdrawal from it. So, and also that he wanted to see if there's any, you know, any harm side effects from smoking catnip. But it was so perfectly safe. When his father he took maybe two blows of this, and it's like after that it tastes like shit. He said, and after he said, "Here, I don't smoke catnip." Okay, someone else is joining here.
Wait, what? Oh, Chris.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Wrong crystal.
Yeah, not the same crystal as before.
Oh.
There's one. Yeah, someone else.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yes, hello there.
How you doing?
They do
We're
good.
all doing good.
Pretty good.
Except
Oh,
Kuva is you should
oh
know that
well.
Kuva is. You should know that Kuva is considered the bad boy, and then he always tried to flirt with every single girl he came across.
Did you
Oh
really
dear.
have to say that?
Oh God.
I was only joking though.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I
Oh.
mean, at least he's not a hopeless romantic like I am.
Oh gosh.
Hey, I
Yeah,
can't hide myself from the truth, you know.
Yeah.
I mean Kuva he's a hopeless romantic.
Nope. What? No, I'm not.
He always has to drag
If he had
his
fun,
special
yeah.
lady.
Oh my God.
Not that much.
I don't know. Smoking too much weed, Kuva, or
No,
was
I
it
don't.
or was it crack?
We can smoke crack for one, and two, no.
I don't even smoke crack because it's illegal where I live.
You can't smoke crack. You have to sniff it.
Hey yo.
Or you smoke meth, you mad head.
Goodness gracious.
I mean,
Welcome to the stream.
you know,
We're all a bunch of crackheads. Don't worry about it.
Wait, what?
you know,
Oh,
but
by the way, I had a
there's only
long sleep last night, so you know what that means.
there's actually one series. Have you guys heard of Beavis and Butthead?
Wait, what?
Beavis and Butthead.
Nope.
Well, basically, they're two guys that are crazy. Um, I think one of them actually has a T-shirt with ACDC on it. I saw a clip on YouTube where I believe it's Butthead,
Oh,
the blonde head. He had a rocket in his butt.
wait, what?
Yeah, he was actually only in a hospital where they're trying to remove the rocket from his ass, but it somehow, it activated and just started flames out of his ass. And I don't
I
know
suppose he
what.
crash landed on Mars.
I mean, I hadn't even
Blasted
seen this
himself
series
out of,
myself, but
out of the atmosphere or whatever. Hey, goodbye now.
I hope you guys have a nice weekend.
yeah, so far at least, just being bored for the most part.
You and me both.
Uh, I mean, this summer and there's nothing worth to being watching on TV. Old reruns and what I don't know what to do. So, so I rather just sleep all most of the day, get up around 1 p.m. afternoon. I might go to bed, say 6, 7 in the morning next day, which I always do. I am a little night owl person. Always talk to my girlfriend late in the morning. Time zone difference. Yeah. She lives in America, and I don't. I haven't even seen her in person either, so. I mean, that's a lot of difference. Kovato, he's always been hitting on every girl that he's seen,
That's not true. Well, okay, I can't say that, but still.
except for other Crystal. It's well, I wouldn't say that she was I would say that she have feelings for Kovo, but she was teasing us. Or the thing
Yeah.
is that here's another thing about that. I don't get it. Crystal, she fell in love with me for some reason, and even even Deanna had feelings for me, and I was like, what? I mean, what is I do? What am like? What I'm doing to make it the women to draw to me? Actually, I have no idea. Like, am I a freaking women magnet or something?
I mean, probably, probably because you act like a gentleman.
uh, true. I mean, I barely any. I'm not like a complete asshole myself. Not at all.
Ow.
I mean, I, I mean,
You're good.
I mean, I don't ever fight for all. I mean, I'm not a pacifist. I can fight, but only if it's like a last resort. But these
I
days,
mean,
it takes a lot for things to even to piss me off really bad.
Yeah.
But I
What the heck?
actually,
don't ask.
yeah,
It's an AR. It's an AI art or something like that. I don't know.
yeah.
You know what?
At least Roy's not here though. He'd probably try to. He'd probably try to.
Okay,
Do
this is
whatever.
if Cooper are using that, this is my new.
I
Just
question mark.
Yeah, I was like,
She turned it to a lucky block finally.
Why? Why a question mark though?
It's just gonna hit him on underneath and get a mushroom out of it. No, no.
well, I'm questioning about your using so many different AI
Oh,
art.
by the way,
I just love making pictures and using them, either in role plays or in streams or anything like that. I just love showing off and all that.
Yo, Crystal,
Yeah.
have you ever played Mario 64?
Duh.
I haven't.
You get it. Thank you. Well, I thought, well, normally I would have a randomizer for the game, but it's back at mom's, so I can't play it right now. That would be
That
great,
was
though.
a great reply. Duh.
Um, so based on all of us here, every all of you play video games, but me, not at all. I'm not the gamer.
What other games have you played? I need to know now.
Seriously.
Um, the only last game I played was
Haven't you
probably
noticed my game? It's kind of it's like kind of like what's the word? It's very telling.
the last time I played like Donkey Kong. I was probably like 14, 15 perhaps, but that was a long time ago. The last game I ever played was Wii Sport, but that was like I was probably almost in my 20s. So sometimes I think video games can be a little overrated. It depends on what kind of game it is.
I hate being called. I hate people horrible. I swear. This is freaking why. They
What's
need
going
to-
on? Ooh.
Kovu, I swear to fucking God.
What? Just like the picture, okay?
I'm not that.
I
Kovu, the bad horny boy, I'm going to kill you.
Oh, you can try.
keep your pants on, dude.
I do have them on actually, but
At least there's that.
We didn't know that, dude.
I'm just shirtless right now. But aside from that, I'm all okay.
Why? Why would you even tell us that anyway?
Sorry about that. Kubi is he thinks he is horny 24/7, 365 days in a year. So
I mean, that's true, but
you need help,
Yes, says
professional
you,
help. You need
So wait,
professional
how
help,
have you
Kubi.
been? What's going on, Crystal?
Yeah, I'm not
Not my
adorable.
you be. Oh, by the way, Crystal,
Yeah.
do you have Crystal? Or wait, what? No, Brain. No. Do you have Discord? I didn't get enough sleep last night. Let me just ask that. Crystal, do you have Discord? That was what I was trying to say, but apparently my words just didn't feel like exiting my mouth. I don't know. But do you have it or no?
Oh, she left.
She might have gone to see if she had it or not. I'm not sure.
No, she's back.
what?
Yeah, I do. Why?
I don't know. I have it. I thought maybe I could add you as a friend on there.
I don't mind.
Right. One sec. Where is Discord? There it is.
Well played, dude.
And that
Well
means you're
played.
using StreamYard Phone Edition. Which it's not-
Why
Swedish-
does my friends?
I have
Yeah.
zero chance at any girl whatsoever. I have zero chance with any girls whatsoever. I'm a fat ass who can't get out of his house half the time, and I have zero charming qualities to my personality. What makes you think I'm gonna end up with this girl anyway?
I
She
mean,
might
you
be
are
underage
pretty
anyway.
hilarious,
Why was that
though.
the first thing that came to your mind anyway?
I
You
mean,
never
you are
know.
pretty hilarious, though.
What if she's underage? We don't want that to happen again.
Nope.
Yeah, I know. I know exactly what you're talking about, man. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Ow.
pretty much.
Oh, give me one sec.
How
I
old
gotta
are you,
put
by the
this
way?
on.
How old are
Crap,
you?
shit.
Well, I'm 32. Game Guy is 19. Brown is 18. And Kobe is 68.
No, I'm 25. I'm 25.
No,
What
I
the?
know.
Ah, just kidding. He's 25. But don't
Yeah,
worry. I'm not hating on you. I'm just talking.
I'm also 18.
Did you say you're just stalking?
Talking.
Oh,
Well,
Get
clearly,
to cl-
I'm literally 18, so yeah, it's my birthday today anyway.
oh.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank
It's the
you.
same
Happy
birthday
birthday.
as
Thank you.
Thor. Oh, by the way, I put my Discord name on the private chat.
Aw, thank you.
No problem. I don't know. Well, why are we talking like this?
I think she thinks you're cute.
Wait, what?
Me? No.
Dude, first of all, dude. That's not possible. For one reason, he hasn't even seen how she even looks like. Think first before you say anything. Sheesh. Sometimes I wonder I am a friend of this knucklehead.
Relax. I was just
Damn.
joking. I was just joking.
Dude, first of all, next time, because if your lady first, if she heard about this, even thanks that she doesn't speak English, also, but if she did, well, let's say she would punish you really badly. But of all of us here, only Kubo and I am taken.
Yeah.
I don't know if Broly has anyone, but Broly,
I think
cleared
he
up the
fell asleep
earth,
on us.
Mars the Brony.
I think I just lost words just now.
Yeah, you should prepare for this insanity here. Sometimes when Kubas show up, there's always some insanity beyond the words.
That's not true.
He is Canada's number one Indian insane.
I'm
Wow.
not that insane, you know.
Well, we call him Canadian Sasquatch
Wow.
because of how tall he is. He's 6'9", so he's now almost 7. Yeah, he is almost 7 feet tall.
Yep.
No, I don't still have it. That sucks.
I mean, he is taller than anyone else here. I'm not even jealous. Why should I be
Why
jealous?
would you even be jealous? You're not that small, you know.
No one. Dude,
What?
dude. Really?
What?
Next time I see you, I will use my shotgun and get your ass.
Hey, I said you're not that small. It's a compliment.
If that's a compliment, I don't want to know what an insult is.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I'm probably the shortest against him. I don't even know how tall even Brony is in height, though. I'm just 6 feet tall. That's it.
Yep. All right, your Discord's working, which is awesome. because usually my technology doesn't feel like working half the time.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me one time that Kubo was in when we did one of those game show stream, but he was not talking because his mic was, as to say, it's piece of trash. You
Oh
remember
yeah,
that, Kubo?
he's not working at all. Oh god, I hated that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. By the way, Crystal, you're gonna find out hanging out with us long enough, you're gonna know our technology sucks. It's terrible, especially mine.
Yeah, Gamia is not good at the technology. Even I am.
Technology's not good with me.
Well,
How it
sometimes
works. Happens.
even I had some terrible when it comes to technology. When I like if I had to reinstall, if I had my hard drive erased, if I had to reinstall sort of programs like, say, internet programs like that, I would even know how what to do it since don't know what to do. So if I hadn't had help with that, I would need to ask my dad to help me since he worked a little bit the computers for many years, so he knows one or two things about computers I don't. And I mean, I can just perhaps know some of the basic things, but I mean, erasing a hard drive if needed anything, or if I have to install something that's very much, say, a virus program or something, some like a virus program sometimes needs to be updated or reinstalled or at least downloaded. I wouldn't even do that unless I
I'm
have
not
my dad's. Yeah,
I'm not
so.
terrible.
Huh, that profile kind of reminds me of Luna from Hell of a Boss. Really,
Oh
Kubo?
yeah, look at that.
What?
Really?
What?
Kovu is going into maximum Horty drive.
Oh
How
come on!
much? How
I,
much?
I'm
You
just
know,
powering up.
that
You're
kind of reminds
powering
me of
up instead.
that
Huh?
actually dude. That reminds me of Saiyan, Super
That's
Saiyan.
exactly what it is.
You don't want to know, Crystal. You don't want to know. It's a long story.
That's exactly a
For
Super Saiyan's transformation.
but for Kubo it'd be low Saiyan, not super
No.
low. That would be low Saiyan, which means
Nah, I would be Super Saiyan God.
You and God in the same sentence together is like putting in hell and snow. It's not gonna happen.
you'd be like God, gone my ass.
I mean,
I would even if you were to, okay if you were to become a new god, I
Right.
would not even worship you.
I don't think even God would want your ass. But anyway,
What is wrong with
Cool,
my
cool.
sorry,
I want.
it was the only comeback I had. I know it
I hit,
sucks.
I swear to God, I hit.
Welcome to our life.
Yeah, pretty much. When the Kubo shows up, you never know what the hell's happened. I mean, he's actually hasn't been here for quite a while now. He's just he has been missing for he has been doing some. By the way, Kubo, how's your karate training going for you?
You mean Kung Fu, and it's good. I recently passed my yellow belt exam.
Huh?
I thought you were some other belt, like before
I thought
this.
you were blue.
No, I'm beginning the Kung Fu.
Oh God, someone kill me.
No,
Welcome to our lives.
Whoa, wait on a second. What?
sorry, I'm not in a killing mood.
If you want, I can kill Kubo.
Please do.
Bitch,
He's
you
an
can try.
Oh, good. Ay, ay, ay.
Being twisted by the guy right now.
Sometimes Kubo kind of reminds me of, I would say, Charmy to be.
Who?
Charmy
Oh,
be
hey!
for, for Sonic Universe.
Oh,
The one
I
from
don't know who that is.
Well, it's not around, so I had to.
He's a member of Chaotix with Espio the Chameleon, Vector the Crocodile.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
You know, he's kind of like. Oh no, wait. I know exactly which character he kind of reminds me of. Klein Gregmeyer from Family Guy.
Oh, come on.
uh,
Oh, come on. I'm not that bad.
no, you're worse.
I
Thank you.
don't know
Someone
what you
gets
mean by that.
it.
Okay, you're like Scar.
No, for
No, I'm not. Scar is a little. I gotta watch what I'm gonna say on this. Uh,
Yeah, Scar is like a. He's a little coward.
wait, actually, talking about Scar.
Hey, game guy.
Yeah.
Do not bring up that guy, please. Should have freaking mind's crazy.
Say what's up?
I am sad right now.
Okay, why?
Nothing. I'm just bored. I don't know what right now.
Ah. Welcome to All Lives.
Well,
Oh,
Yeah.
gee, thanks.
so,
Gee,
what do
thanks.
you
That's
do
what
for fun,
happened.
Crystal?
You know, things are always bored, but when Kubo show up, there is always some shenanigans when you never know it.
I don't need to
After
know.
all, he is our friendly clown.
Hmm.
Kind of a Krusty the Clown from Simpson.
Oh, come on.
No, wait, he's more like Sideshow Bob.
No.
What? I'm not a serial killer. What the heck?
No, but you're a complete maniac.
Wow,
Not that much.
that's sad.
Uh,
What the heck? Is it just me, or do you need Jesus?
Who the f is this guy? Anyway.
I can't do it.
Don't worry, my sanity is about as low as it can get.
Oh, whenever game guy loses his sanity, it becomes even crazier.
My life is very sad. I don't even want to talk about it.
No, whenever I lose my sanity, I start sitting. I don't know why.
That's just sad.
In fact, I feel a song coming right now.
no, you don't.
Me neither. I am dead, mate.
Oh, wait, what?
I'm dead.
Oh no.
I'm deader.
I'm immortal, so I can't die.
Yeah, that's what she said.
That's good though. At least I can outlive Kubo.
Wait, what?
I said I can outlive you.
Well,
Hey guys,
Yep.
yeah.
look.
Huh. Kind of remind me of Charlie from Has Been Hotel, kind of.
Koval,
At least
don't
it
you
is.
dare say anything.
What? Whoa!
He said something. I jinxed it.
Don't you dare say anything, otherwise I will kick your ass.
I did not say anything.
Good. And don't,
Oh, don't worry.
womanizer.
You don't have anything to worry about.
Please, can I kill
Alright,
them?
calm down.
You don't have my permission.
Wait, what?
She said, "Yeah, I have her permission to kill you."
I said you don't have my permission. Just do it.
Oh,
I
Yikes.
can probably summon my friend Yakuza. Nah, just kidding. Kub isn't worth kill. He's way below me.
I'm just kidding. I care about people.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I
do
even care
I.
about you.
Ouch.
I'm touched.
Game, I care
No
about you
one's ever
too.
cared. No one's ever cared about me before.
What?
I'm
Okay, that's a bit
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
that
I'm
was a bit
kidding.
that was a bit unexpected.
I, I can't believe I just said that.
Hey, game.
Yeah,
Hugs.
this feels familiar. Hugs. This feels weirdly familiar, actually. Why am I getting deja vu over here?
Don't
Okay.
know.
Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop.
Oh no, you can keep going.
That's what she said.
I could like her.
Wow, dude. Wow. I didn't see that coming.
What the freak, man?
What?
I am hilarious.
So, how your day been though so far, Kubu, the old lady?
I'm doing good. Young Swedish cheese.
Wow.
So you actually recognize your name as the old lady?
I'm not an old lady.
Your name says it.
Dang.
Oh, that's just you who changed it like always. Mr. Ultron.
Wow.
Ah, better that than I don't know this.
What?
Maybe this. Kubu the Frogman.
I'm
You
sorry, I'm
kind
not
of
Crazy Frog.
Look at that
no.
upside down hand devil you've got. It's great. Oh
Okay, I'll
yeah,
stop.
I could.
That laugh, though.
Wow, I didn't know Kubu was a gangster.
I'm
How
dead.
did you wait?
Ow! Tired guy, really? Seriously.
You have 2 hours of sleep and see what it does to you.
How dare you? Okay.
Oh, ooh.
Oops.
Okay. Remember that too.
Way to go, brain. Ow.
Ooh.
In case you couldn't tell, I suck at talking to girls. Okay, thanks.
I see.
Hmm.
Doesn't help that I have zero confidence in myself, zero chance of getting with any of them whatsoever, zero chance of love,
Yeah,
0% of basically anything happening to my
yeah,
dumbass
he's
blood. It's just really...
yeah, he's actually never even dated a girl before, so
Actually, that's true. I've never even dated a girl before.
Wait, what?
Love to me is like an ancient mystery, if you ask me.
so Mr. Kubo, what are you doing?
Oh, nothing. You don't have to worry.
Ow, my ribs.
Oh,
What's going on
Should
with
I
your
be
ribs,
worried about
son?
you, Kubo?
no. I am totally innocent.
Hey, Kubo.
Yeah?
You know what? I'm actually feeling nice today, so you know what? I'm gonna give you a hug.
Ooh, thanks. That. Ooh, that's been
What's
a while. I haven't received one of those.
so.
Thanks.
Yeah, well, are you?
Game guy, what are you doing?
Just
Oh my god!
prepare for yourself for the private chat.
I really wish I could just hit my head right now. Why are you doing that?
Oh, come. It's a mafia boss. I'm not in the mafia.
Can you please stop? My really ears right now.
Yeah, I know. My voice is terrible. I know my singing sucks. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Hey, Kubo.
Yeah?
It's so good.
What's
Um,
happening right now? I have no idea.
It's Witness is confused.
my life is confusing.
Yeah.
Okay, I was not
Welcome
expecting.
to
This
my
will was
life.
funny.
Uh, so Kubo, how about
Oh,
your AI art? How do you literally making them?
Well, you just need a Microsoft account and then you just type what the image that you want.
So you can literally just type what art you want of, and it been drawn automatically.
Yep, yep, literally.
Well, I
see.
do think it might have some limits of what.
Actually, it's free.
No, I mean it had to be in some sort of limits of what it would be drawing.
Well, of course, it can have like very explicit ones,
Yeah.
but apart from that, it goes good.
Yeah, like say if you were, say, standing on the moon landscape, or if you have a ET or something like that.
Or or I oh damn it, this one is always supposed to be left. I don't know why.
Ow.
No, not you.
No, it's not you. My back really hurts.
Is that your brother?
Look who I found, everybody! Our local gym maniac has finally arrived.
Oh yeah, his older brother Roy, Jim Rat. Just a warning, he's a gym buff.
Ouch.
So what did you do? What do you think I did? I went to the gym and I did some shit. Tired.
I'm making a sad face right now.
No, don't do that.
So
Who was that?
how was the gym? That's Crystal. Not the same Crystal as we had talked before. Complete different person.
Oh, new person, huh? Oh, that's cool.
So how was the gym, Anna?
Who the fuck is Anna?
You.
and Anna.
Okay, let's go.
I can change my damn name to Anna, dude. You could have at least called me Rachel. You gotta
What the heck?
change my name into a girl name. Might as well make
Oh,
it
okay, this one.
my man. And now you're a banana boy.
Hey, this will be my Halloween costume.
Ay, ay, ay.
Look. See?
Hold on. Oh.
I can't see it whatsoever.
Oh, I can
Need
see it.
glasses.
I can see it. Oh.
No, I don't. I just need this button. Oh, now I
Ow.
can see it.
Ouch.
Don't you think it's weird that now there's two crystals? What happens if the other crystal shows up while this crystal was here?
Wait, this is how you.
We'll call one crystal and one crystal the hedgehog. Alright, yeah, sure. Is that what her name is?
It's a great name.
Huh. Kind of reminds me of Judy or Judy Hops. So how was the gym though? Annoying Orange.
Oh God. Not
Stop
that.
changing our names.
Pear and Rodigrate. Oh yeah, works. The only one is
It was
closest
fine.
annoying orange. The only one is the closest annoying orange. It would be Kubo.
Oh come on.
So introduce yourself to Crystal. Even though you kind of already have, do it again anyway. Fine, alright. Hi, I'm Roy.
Ooh.
Hi.
I'm his older brother. You pointed at me, even though
What
she
the
can't
heck
even
is
see
wrong
you
with
pointing
that
at me. Why are you pointing at me?
Kubo. We don't want to see. We don't want to see your mugshot.
ACR.
We don't want to see your. We don't want to see your mugshot.
Don't worry.
Yeah, he was arrested for smuggling bananas.
I'm going Oh, Jesus, I
Oh, hey,
swear.
man, if he wants to suck bananas, that's up to him.
Yo, boy!
You better
Thanks,
shut your
Roy.
mouth, you little diva, Roy. Roy the diva.
Make me a delicate daisy. Did you call him a delicate daisy?
As you wish, you little hoe.
Why?
Ow.
Whoa,
Tired.
Burn.
dude,
Oh, yes.
language.
Roy the tired.
Sorry, I went a little bit too far.
Ouch. I only called you a delicate daisy. It's not like mine was that bad.
Hey,
Phew.
Whoa. What that?
oh, don't worry. It's
Oh.
not tiny. It's pretty huge.
I'm sad.
Don't be sad. What are you sad
No,
about?
don't be sad.
Nah. It's okay.
I mean,
If anyone's gonna
we
be
could
sad,
hug you if you want.
Huh?
We could give you a hug if you want.
Okay.
I give you a hug, Crystal. This feels
Aw.
Me too.
Thanks.
Where have I heard this before? I thought it too. Don't worry about it. It's not the same thing. Oh, all right. I give her a hug, but I don't know her all that much.
Well,
I mean, oh, but
I
What?
deserve that. Wow.
to be honest, she seems kind of cool.
give her a hug, you. I don't know what. Fine, all right, hug from me. Jeez, don't need to be so defensive.
Oh, whoa.
What was that all about?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Hey, who just gave me a hug?
Sure.
I will. What? This is starting to feel a little familiar.
Who just gave
Haven't
me
we
a hug?
done something like? Haven't we done something like this before?
Hey, Kobu?
Yeah.
Hugs.
Hugs back.
Aw.
You know what? I'll
Don't
I'll
I
tap it
get
here.
a hug?
Okay, here's a hug.
Thank you. Christ.
Yeah, well.
Where do I feel like I'm hurt? Let me go grab my.
Thank you for the hug, by the way. You're the best.
You're welcome.
Look, it's the ponderer. What are you pondering? I think we've seen this before. Like, you were there, Swedish was here, Malachite was here. Although
And ow,
Malachite-
that hurts.
And then Dylan was here.
Man, that
It just
hurts.
feels, this all feels so familiar. Like we've been here before, right? Or am I going crazy about that? Because I feel like we have been here before. I mean,
Hey guys,
Yeah.
yeah.
this is my human form, by the way.
Ooh, it looks nice.
Whoa.
Huh. You know, that kind of reminds me of a little bit of. No, it didn't. First was something else, but it wasn't. Excuse me.
What the
Why
heck?
am I reminded of Rebecca Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Kinda, except for black hair, she's red hair.
It kind of looks the same, sort of.
Well, unless that you thought maybe what was her name? At first thought that it could have been Elastic Girl from The Incredibles, but now remember she's brown here, not black.
Oh, by the way, she's actually played Mario 64. I know, isn't that shocking? Hmm. So,
Bye.
yeah.
Boop.
I've been
Oh.
booped. This feels really familiar right now. Where have I heard all this before? It's me. But I shall boop you, Crystal.
Hey!
Hey, you
You
gotta
know-
have backseats sometimes. This
That
is
was a
starting to
Q&A.
feel really familiar right now.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Roy. It's, I mean, she actually kind of does the same as the other Crystal do.
You think?
I mean, yeah, I mean, she is looking for the same things as the other Crystal do, like hugs, boobs, and all that. It's like, I mean, it's not anything like any crazy, just something like similar to what she does. But honestly, though, I don't say it's nothing in it. I'm not against that.
Yeah.
I mean, if just as long as she's just friendly, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah. Also, you seem like a cool girl, Crystal.
Aww, thank you.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree with Kovo. It's like the first time that's ever happened in the history of ever. But yes,
Wow, dude.
I agree with him.
Why-
He just seemed like a very, I don't know.
Why do you two always have to flirt for every single girl that show up?
That was not flirting. That
I
was
am
just
complimenting her.
complimenting.
I know. I'm messing with your minds, dude.
I've learned my lesson from the last girl I tried to have. Anyway. But yeah, you do seem like a very nice girl, Crystal. Now, what's next? I got booped again.
Oh,
This really
revenge
is-
is-
Starting to feel like. Don't think about it. You don't think. Nah, that's impossible, dude. I know what you're thinking, but that ain't happening.
Jeez.
Hey, Kovu.
Yeah.
Hugs.
Hugs back.
And boop.
This is certainly not what I was expecting to walk into.
That's what she said.
Now, pretty much the same. I didn't expect this. Though, you sure probably been aware these days now. You never know exactly what happened. Sometimes normal things, sometimes shenanigans. Am I right? Sometimes you never know exactly what people would say or do.
Oh boy. What did you put? Oh. He put that, not me.
Ow.
My hugs aren't that tight. I don't know, you hug with passion.
Did you really just hug me?
Well,
What's
yes,
wrong
you
with
did.
that?
What did you hug me for?
Because I felt like it.
Oh,
to be friendly.
you're very sweet.
Yeah, he really. I mean, I'll tell you something about Kyle here. He's like the sweetest guy on earth. No, stop. No, I'm not. Yeah, you are.
You know what? I hug you back.
Well, you should you should know a little about their family as his brothers. They can't build a lot of their crazy. Like Roy is a he's
Um,
a he's a he's a gym maniac. Like goes to gym several times in a week. And the other older brother is he's actually not even in the States at the time. He is actually studying in the UK.
He's supposed to come back pretty soon, but
Yeah,
I don't know when that's gonna happen.
who knows? You know, studies can take up, but like especially if when it comes to exams and all that. Oh boy. At least you don't have to worry. At least one of the brothers, which in he's in prison. I just not say exactly for though, but
yeah, don't ask. It's a long story.
yeah, they hadn't even seen him in what and he he's is he the oldest of all of you brothers altogether?
Oh, Connor.
Oh,
Well, of the of I guess of the available brothers, me, Dylan, and Kyle. Dylan's the oldest, but if we're counting Connor, then I think he's older than Dylan. A little bit, anyway.
Yeah, he's what, 36 or 7? Dylan's 31. He's gonna be 32.
Hmm.
yeah. Game Guy actually had a number of brothers, no sisters at all. Um, they lost one of their brothers in a car accident about a year ago. It was just the day when their dad and their brother Dylan was driving Dylan back to the airport. Unfortunately, they slide on black ice and hit a boulder, and their younger brother, which is older than Game Guy, and he didn't make it. It's sad, but sometimes things happen when you at least expect it. It's hard to lose someone in your family, especially someone you're close to.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you lose someone so close to you, sometimes it can take weeks, months, or perhaps even years to make a full recovery from that, from came over the loss. Some cases you never get over it. Sometimes you can be grieving the loss for an entire life. It's it's one of the most devastating what happened. My family had lost a few members over the years. Even my girlfriend, she lost her dad back in 2019 um, on what was it 4th of July. So it's she and her family took it very hard. So
Tell me about it.
yeah, I mean, I even lost an aunt which I never even met, or even none of my siblings have. She died when she was only 3 years old. I think she had skin cancer, and it's not a good thing. In fact, I lost several members in a family of cancer. even my dad's parents passed away on cancer, and even I was born, I was, but I was so young. I have no memories of either of them. So I only have been told stories from my own parents about each one of them. That's all I know. But other than that, I don't know much about them. I mean, like in person. I mean, it's not easy to be losing someone who is close to. Well, I wouldn't say I wasn't even close to my grandparents since I don't know much about them. So, except for my sister, since she is only a few years older than me, she may have some memories of our grandparents, but I don't. My grandmother died when I was just barely 3.5, 2.5. My grandmother my grandfather when I was 3.5 actually, almost. So it's not a good time. Yeah, I should probably end the stream here soon.
What the? It's already been 2 hours.
Yeah, pretty much. You came in
Nice.
much later on.
I
You
guess.
came in.
Damn.
I guess we can say time goes by when you're with good company.
Well, I mean, you guys can keep talking after the stream is over.
Hmm.
I think I might do another game show stream, maybe see 28 perhaps, because next week it might be a little bit tight to that because I might not even be home most of the day, so one of those days in a week since or I'll be just a lot of busy with my parents that day. I just don't know which day though. Well, it's always nice to meet some new people that's has been here before. I mean, Crystal, she actually did show up in one of my previous streams, but she didn't stay long. I think it was only for a few minutes at most. You know, the other Crystal we had been we hadn't even seen her in one of my streams in quite a while, actually. Though it was understandable since she hurt her ankle not that long ago, when even her pet rabbit passed away a couple of weeks ago. It's hard to lose a special pet in a family. Are you guys, and if any of you guys are afraid of, I don't know, rats?
Not really.
Crystal, are you afraid of rats? Google,
Hmm?
are you too afraid of rats?
No, I'm not.
No.
Actually, for some reason, I kind of like pretty much all the animals. Most doesn't. I like snakes. I like spiders. I like bats. I like crows, and all that, and rats.
Well, there's only one animal, well, there's only one creature I really
Bless
don't
you.
like, which is ticks. You know, the small insect. Those. If you imagine this, in the whole animal kingdom, every single animal has a role in it, a purpose. Mosquitoes, for something like that. Worms, if they maintain the new fresh soil, the ground. Ants, pretty much the same thing. But ticks, they don't even have any purpose in this natural world, at least as I know of, except just drinking blood, spreading disease and all that. But other than that, I cannot see any reason for the ticks to exist. I have to say this. Fire Goddess, my girlfriend, she doesn't like spiders. uh, personally, I'm not a particular afraid of any animal. I just, I have been around for many years. I have been around many different type of animals. I have pet a bird spider, those hairy spiders, and even had a hold. I even had a boa around my neck, around my shoulders, holding one. Though there's one species I will not want to pet, which is scorpion.
Ooh, that would be good.
Well, first of all, would you want to pet a scorpion? A scorpion that is like, I don't know, 3-4 feet long?
That would be kind of dope. That would be good. That would be cool. But honestly, if I could have a pet, like any kind of pet, I would have a lion.
You know, the only pet I would like to have, I would like a T-Rex.
But if it still exists, that is.
True. But if I want to have an animal is possible, that's hmm, hmm, probably a tiger. Either the normal orange tiger or even a white tiger. Perhaps both. Oh, I know exactly which color of a lion that Kubo would like. A white lion.
I think the black lions are a lot cooler.
I have never even heard of a black tiger before. Oh, black crystal.
Oh,
A black lion before. I mean, I
wait,
only
wait.
know, and I know that there are certain animals that can turn black to the fact some. I think what are they called? Melon tennistic. There's some sort of animal element that makes certain fur of animals turn black, like jaguars or panthers, something like that. You know, there is actually by the way, Kobo, is is mountain lions a common animal in Canada?
What?
Is mountain lion common in Canada?
Well, they're kind of in the mountains and such, in the forest, but so yeah.
There is actually there is actually one species of mountain lion that in the U.S. which is extinct. Eastern cougar. Because mountain lion also has different names. Puma, cougar.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you've heard, but there was a time where like we had bears walking in freaking cities where I am.
Hmm. You know, you should be aware that bears, like black bears, uh, brown bears, or even other type of bears can actually roaming around in cities like small towns, small villages, and even big cities for food
Yeah.
during a dry season. If your country having a drought season, that could be always a bad sign because most animals would run into the big cities to find sources of food.
Oh,
Because not that many years ago, this was before COVID. In a
yeah.
small community, in a small town near to where my sister lived, there were actually one wolf that was walking around just outside the fence of a preschool. And the children was out playing. And this particular wolf was actually looking for the next meal. But luckily for the teachers, they had brought those children back inside, and hunters was called, and I believe that they actually managed to find this wolf and kill it because I believe it was sick for some reason. Because in that town, in that particular small town, in the outskirts, it had for a number of years been reported to have homes to its, I believe, I think it's about between 10 and perhaps even as 18 or even 20 wolves in different packs. Where I live, I haven't seen or heard of any wolf tracks, or even signs of wolf, but there is possibility that there is another type of animal that's also been common, lynx, a big cat animal. With that is very much noticeable because it has like tufts or like some of hair strands on the ears and short tail. But they were very elusive. Their sesame, even when they hear a human, they just took off. But bears, there are no bears where I live. Well, in the area, there hasn't even been any bears um, since sometimes for almost 300 years or so, give or take. Because bears was mostly hunted for sport, along with wolves and that. Okay, will you guys even try to ride a moose?
No.
Game guy, Kubo, what do you think? Will you try to ride a moose?
Excuse me?
I wouldn't.
Would you ride a moose?
Maybe not.
Well,
Though,
I wouldn't, but because one
though I
time,
would like to do some rodeo on a bull.
well, I can say this. One time, a Swedish king actually tried to tame a number of mooses because of use them as riding animals like horses. It didn't go well. It didn't work. uh, you know, that certain animals have been used in wars, like horses. But did you know elephants was used in battles? The famous general Hannibal used elephants. I think he had around 30 elephants when he marched from Spain all the way through the Alps to Italy. But half of his elephants died up there, while the rest of died in the battles. But yeah, and you really don't want to mess around with a battle elephant. I mean, they're protected with armor. Uh, Kubo, have you seen The Lord of the Rings, by the way? Kubo,
Hmm?
have you seen Lord of the Rings?
Nah. Well, I only seen the first one.
Well, in the last movie they made, um, Return of the King, there are some animals that kind of resembles as giant elephants. Anyways, but yeah, I think 28 might be the next game for stream, but that's gonna be about the video games. Oh, um, Malachite actually asked me if we could do another game stream based on Thomas and the Friends. He let's see, he thought of maybe if we do that he said that I can go a little bit beyond 100 questions to like 118 or 125 if possible. He said, I mean, I said, if wanted to could up to its 200 questions since the show has 20 seasons of great specials. So that's what I suggested, those two numbers to you. I told him, well, 200 might be too many, but we could do like it 250 total, but we make it part one and part two. So that will be like 100, 125 in one part, another one also 125. Because all of you might think that 200 might be a little too many. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
So if he decides to want it to be to make 125 in first one and 125 in next one, which total will be 250, it makes sense, and that works because the more question there is, the longer the stream will be. Since normally they last from between 2 or 3 hours, but if I would make it 200 questions or even 250, well, let's say they would be way longer. Especially if I would have to use all my cryptid questions, which would be 18 times 81. That would be 1,458 question total. If I put all of those, wow. Well, that would be like maybe if we have to expect for, I don't know, 10 hours or more.
Hi, will you ever do a Lion Guard game show stream?
Oh. I really hadn't even thought about it. But that's a good potential that I can look at more into that. I really need to had to remake some new. I mean, I even had made I knew about space and even Avatar, the movies of the Blue Aliens. Actually, even in fact, I even have made one with Kim Possible.
I kinda don't know what that is.
Well, basically, she's a teenager hero that's traveling around the world with her friend Ron. She has no superpowers. She's a typical high school teenager girl cheerleader. But she has a friend which take care of her websites where people can reach out to her of in need, which she later has several enemies. Her main enemy, which would be Dr. Draken, a blue-skinned maniac, which his partner in crime would be Shigo. She actually has this power that makes green plasma beams off her hand. And yeah, so that's I have basically that, and I have remade American history, a Swedish history, I believe at least. I even had the Avatar, like the Last Airbender. Oh, Kubo, have you heard about the live-action Avatar?
You mean the movie?
No, it's gonna be a live-action TV show based on Avatar, the Last Airbender.
Oh, I would
like a retell.
like that.
Yeah, the creators of the first original series was actually part of it, but they both left the project. And as far as I know, for as far as I've seen, it's going to be 8 episodes on the first season, released 2024, and based on from what Feigon has told me, Aang and Katara is not going to happen. It's going to be Zuko and Katara.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that was what she told me, but she could be potentially that she might be wrong. That it might be wrong that she heard something like Aang and Katara may not even end up being romantically involved in this new series. That in fact she will be involved with Zuko instead. That was she told me. But it's potential that it's possible that that might just be a rumor, a fake rumor or something, or
I mean,
there's.
to be
But
fair, a lot of fans wanted Katara to be with Zuko.
well, being fair, since Katara is more closer to his Zuko's age and all that. But there's also this in this new series. They also going to add some new characters which were not even part of the original series. Sugi, the girl that was part of that became Sokka's girlfriend, they will add a new character, Suki's mom, among things. She was never mentioning it. Even Avatar Roku will be a part of it since he was originally in the series original, and even Avatar Kuruk, a waterbender avatar that was also did appear in the last Airbender. I think during the last few episodes. I think even Ko, the face stealer, will also appear in this new series.
Oh god, that's gonna be that's gonna be creepy.
Because this series was supposed to be started in 2020, but I mean the production was supposed to start 2020 and been broadcast 2021 on Netflix. But as we all know, what happened in 2020 with COVID, a lot of many productions were on hold for unforeseen future because it was unclear when or how long this virus or the pandemic will last. But now, 2024 is the final, so far as the release date when the series is going to be released on Netflix. But there was originally thought that the same actors. There was originally first believed that the original actors of the first live action Avatar movie is going to be part of the new series. But based on the casting of the roles, it's not happening. They're complete different actors. As far as I can see, I don't know, but yeah, there's a lot of new characters in this. A few new characters and a few others that from the original series. But as the game guy said, "quote piece of shit." Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm actually even say it sounds bad right now, but I'm actually going to give. I actually going to give it will give it a chance to look at it. I will maybe just look at the first two episodes to see if there is something worth continuing to watch or not. I mean, you can say right now if this show is going to complete failure, just but in the end, who knows? May even be way better than the original series. I mean, it's possibility that this could actually. I mean, think about it. If the fans of the original series love it, and after the first movie they made a live action was complete failure, since it was originally supposed to make two sequels after that. But since that movie has so bad ratings, it became a failure. But
Come on, Toby. A live action version of a show being good. Yeah, next you'll tell me tomorrow's gonna be a blue moon.
dude, we don't know right now. Think about it.
Like
Because here's another example.
the reputation of them aren't. It's not good. So
Yeah,
I don't have my hopes up.
think about this though. G4, for example, it was they was successful for many years. And when they announced G5 is going to be replacing, they were even announcing there's going to be a different it's going to be a CGI model, this approach. And there was also a mixed feelings within the community how they will be, if this gonna complete failure or if the fans gonna love or hate it. But when the first movie came out, it was such great response to it, positively. But even though it may not have this many as much of the original fans left in this series, but many liked it. And when the series came out on Netflix, a lot of fans liked it. Even though that's CGI is the closest to its live action.
Yeah.
So there is possibility that might even this, even though you may have a point that even despite this going to be live action is going to be end up being a complete failure. Like you may hate it. If Roy watched it, he think it's decent, okay. If Dylan actually look at it, he's like, good, pretty good. And if I got to look at it, like, okay. And if I watched it, I was like, damn, that even beats the original series way better. I mean, everyone responds differently. And I respect your response, how you think about it. There's always a chance that this could actually even be good as the original series, or even better, or even worse. There's always those three chances of this thing could actually be. I mean, it could be as good as the original series, or even complete worse than even worse than the first live action movie, or even be better as the original series. Because from what I heard, they might even told for more deeper focus on individual characters' feelings. Oh, Crystal's back.
Oh,
Yeah,
hi. Welcome back.
so
Thank
I
you.
wasn't I wasn't really sure about this, but when I first saw the live action Avatar, the last Airbender live action movie, it was complete trash. It is. And there were even two sequels planned for it. But after the first movie was complete failure, those two movies were eventually cancelled. And now that Netflix had bought the rights to been producing the new Avatar Last Airbender as a live action series, and which gonna be 8 episodes, 2024 on Netflix. I mean, like I said, there's only the only three chances they might be complete trash. It might even be good as the original series, or even be way better than original series. And even as my girlfriend told me that Aang and Katara in the new series might not even be together as romantically. Instead, that she will end up with be Zuko.
Yeah.
But if that is true, they completely changed all things. Because from what I heard, that they will be focused more deeper in each individual character's drama. You remember the episode when the scene where Aang finds his former father figure, mentor, Master Gyatso, his bones in the Saturn Temple, right? You remember that guy?
Yeah.
Okay. So, reading from seeing how he responded, when he entered um, the Avatar state, that is one of those things that will be focused more deeply in each character's drama. Like, for when Aang learns about his people is completely gone, that he is the last airbender alive. And even might even be focused on even Katara and Sokka on their how they respond to trauma when they learned their mother was killed during a last raid of the Sarnia Temple or their people. And even maybe even focused on like Sokka when he lose Princess Joy of the Northern Water Tribe, and many other trauma they responded in the series. You never know that. because they decide to focus. Oh, by Crystal. So they decide to focus on each character's response to trauma, because they didn't do that in the original series because they was focused to as kids. Okay, think what if they they're gonna make a live action of the Avatar: Last Airbender. What if, I mean, like a big if, what if they decide to make a live action series, a spin off of Avatar Korra? It's not impossible. Well, that depends if this first original series is going to be, the first live action version is going to be good enough. Because it depends on the ratings of each episode. If the low
Yeah.
ratings, that means no possibility or chance of a sequel. But any series that's gonna be, I mean, what if this? They are even making, they have been making comics focused on several other avatars, like especially Avatar Kyoshi, the one that was before the first known Earthbender avatar before Aang. They're focused on her childhood when she was young, when she lost her parents, and how she was growing up and all that. And she was actually also, uh, as far as I know, she is the first known avatar to have same gender relationship with another girl. Even even Aang's own daughter Kaya had a girlfriend. She was afraid if her family would disown her, but they were actually accepted. Even Korra, she ended up being with Asami. So, but like you said, Kyle, it's live action of Avatar: The Last Airbender. It sounds questionable. I gave you that, but I will give it a try to see if it's a good to even to watch. If not, I will just go back to watch the original series, The Last Airbender, but not the first live action movie. That movie was atrocious. Um, have you guys seen Charlie in the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah.
Willy
Did you know
Wonka.
there's gonna be an
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. What's better?
well, there's gonna be a new movie actually called Wonka.
Huh?
It's gonna be a
Wait, what?
new, yeah, it's gonna be a new movie of Charlie in the Chocolate Factory this year actually
Oh wow.
called called Wonka. Willy Wonka, but just Wonka. This movie is it's partly being seen in the trailer. Um, is focused on Willy Wonka's time before he started the factory, before he became this known candy maker, and also before he even met the Oolompas, those his helpers.
Yeah.
It's not from in the style far as I see in the movie, in the trailer. He arrives to a small town that he had been told that other people who want to start their own chocolate shop there always had to close down because of the chocolate cartel. Literally, are a group of other famous chocolate makers called themselves chocolate cartel. And here's one of the things: when Willy Wonka was standing watching of something like daydreaming, a police officer showed up and tapped on his finger, on his shoulder, and pointing at the sign says, "No daydreaming." Like it's against the law to stand and daydreaming.
What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's pretty
My,
good.
and I just, yeah, my word exactly Google. I was like, what the f? I mean, what is next? Ban for forbidden to even have dreams, which is something that we can't even prevent at all. Well, and I should probably end here. It's almost 3 hours long. Excuse me. Well, next stream will be probably 21st or 22nd. It depends on how I feel. Well, everyone, this has been fun with this complete when
Yeah.
Kubo the Maniac back as well. Kubo, question.
Yeah.
Will you show up in the next stream soon again?
Depends. Bleh. Depends if it's interesting enough.
Huh? What do you say?
Depends if it's interesting enough.
All right. Well, everyone, this has been fun. Well, this is Fish Apple signing off. Bye.
And don't forget,